Yo, collect and connect. Blake and Chad.
Chad.
And Blake.
Collect
and connect.
Blake and Chad's collect and connect.
Which one? English.
Frank goes Blake and Chad's.
This is
Blake and Chad's.
This is
Collect and connect.
How you doing?
Good. How's it going? Nice to meet you, man.
Nice to meet you, brothers.
Definitely. How are you?
Yeah, my name is Blake, and that's Chad over there. We're with Blake and Chad's Collect and Connect, and we're trying to connect the artists with our communities. And let's hear what you guys got to talk about. I mean, there's a whole new NFT space and projects happening, and we appreciate your time, man. And I think I found you through 3D Retro, and I'm like, yo, what's up? You know, Goop, and dude, ever since then, we've been chatting here and there, and we appreciate it, man. We appreciate your time. Thank you for coming on.
Yeah. Thanks, guys. Thanks for having me, and thanks for picking me out of all these craziness.
Well, you do your
Oh,
time,
for sure.
you do your work, man. So we gotta recognize it, right? So let's fucking do this.
Yeah.
That you're pushing yourselves, doing your shows, and I see you out there, man, pushing your product. So how did you lean towards picking GoopMassta? How did you evolve yourself into GoopMassta?
Yeah, what's the origins?
The origins. Well, damn. I mean, there's always the cool story, with the glitz and glamour, or there's the truth, right?
The nitty gritty is where we want it.
We want the truth.
Yeah, so man, I mean, I was young artist coming up, and I really enjoyed the world of street art and graffiti and whatnot. And I decided to do my own little thing, as every young artist would want to do, and just kind of be inspired and see the greats and kind of just do something of their own, right? And one day I left from my hometown, moved to another part of like a state, and by missing people and jumping around to different state to state and being like kind of almost a nomad, really not having roots and just kind of just traveling and doing stuff like, I started doodling this little creature guy, and I didn't even know what it was one day. I just started drawing it and doodling. We were on the phone, we're talking, that little experience there. And then as time grows on, like I became a tattoo artist, and people started really like enjoying what I was doing with that character. And I started tattooing them on them, like little like side busters, and then it got a little bigger, and then it got complicated, and I was like, wow, I think I got something here. And then then I was like, wow, this is kind of fun. And I was tattooing along the way, and then I started like really join like, let's say, the street culture, painting on walls and murals, and kind of like every day that's a different office, and so it changed up my reality every day. So by doing that was fun. So like I ended up just stopping tattooing and become full-time GoopMassta, right? And after that, I just, one thing leads to another. It's like we said earlier, like if you put your mind to something, you can go as far as you want. And man, I just ended up becoming this character. This character is me, and it tells little stories here and there. Sometimes they're fun, sometimes they're sad, but mostly about just good, fun energy and just having positive vibes and I don't know.
That karma's
That's
real,
awesome.
man.
Yeah.
What do you think of this fast pace? I mean, me and Chad connected through a new community called Vivi with NFTs, and we've been connecting ever since now. Right before we just spoke with Allison Bamcat, and in her background, she had your piece, and I'm like, wait a second, that's Goop back there. I'm like, wait a second, yeah, for sure, yeah, that's you. And I'm like, let's go. I'm like, what a connection right there. I'm like, it was pretty cool. So yeah, man, you're doing your stuff, and you got any plans with NFTs or future projects?
All right. Yeah, so I do have a few that I've been working on. I started one with on Hickatunk, or that brand. I forgot what it was called, but I started with one of them, and then I kind of went with the second one on Open Seas, and I started developing it and learning and kind of doing everything on my own. So it's a lot of stuff to learn. I mean, it's pretty easy to get the hangs of it, and like, let's say a normal person to kind of get into it. It's just a lot of information all at once. So of course it's
Yeah, for sure.
Everything.
Yeah.
Like, holy crap, what is going on? And then everything starts coming together.
I don't want to make it sound like easy, like anyone could do it, but pretty much anyone could do it. You just got to follow along. You can follow along and get to places, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, it's fun. It's a fun journey. But I mean, there's people doing those bigger projects and like, putting their life and their devotion information into it. Like, it's like anything, right? Like, the more you put stuff, your mind into it, like, the better it's gonna come out. You know what I mean? So hats off to anyone that's like in that world doing it and like full time in it, because it's that pioneer world, and you know how that goes. I mean, dude, it's another medium, right? That's what I'm thinking as an artist myself. Right? Like, there's many uses for all this information and ways about of it, but like, right? It's another medium. So like, it's cool to like, for me to like have like another style of a product that I can push out there, like a digital print per se, there's so much more to it, but to keep it easy, right?
Yeah, well, and the access that it creates worldwide too, right? Like, it's a click, just the click of a button, and boom, anyone can own it. Rather than it's just that process is so much faster as well too.
Yeah, dude, that information age, you gotta love it, right?
Oh,
one minute I'm here in Long Beach, and the next I'm in Dubai, but surfing on the webs.
Big ups to you, man. Big ups to you. So.
Oh man, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Yeah, we're working hard towards doing the things that we love, right? That should be number one. First off, just having joy of what you're doing, so that way the rest of the people around you ain't like annoyed by what you do. You know what I'm saying?
100%.
Nobody likes the grumpy pants guy, but yeah, first off, do it with love, and like, with that comes everything else, like you were saying, the community too, like, everybody gets involved, everybody likes, they see what you kind of like bring to the table, like your heart is on the table, your heart's on the sleeve, so you kind of see what it is, and there's going to be people that like you and people that don't, so it's all good as long as you're going with that attitude of love and bringing like a good product, let's say, or just that energy out, then dude, bro, there's going to be people there for you no matter what, and like,
people
I just try to
they gravitate towards that, honestly. Yeah, they want that out there, and we want to be able to showcase that, and any way that we can help you. What are your IG pages? Where can we find your stuff? What's your Instagram? Where's your websites? Where can we look for you at?
Oh, awesome. Hell yeah. That's pretty much everything. So at Twitter, you can find me at GoopMassta. You can find me on my website at GoopMassta.
Now, I do have something to say. Are you excited for your release coming up here on DesignerCon?
Dude, I mean, let's just say, first of all, DesignerCon, like, if you haven't heard about it, get out of your rock and start looking online, because that's one of the coolest places. Yeah, I don't know if I said that saying right, but anyways, that being a limo, and get with the times, dude, because like, that's one of the coolest conventions going on. I believe in this generation right now, because you're literally getting a bunch of designers from A to Z, from top dog to little dog. You know what I'm saying? Unknowns and people that are inspired to be the next ones. And like, that's not no baloney. I'm not getting paid for this. This is like literally the like coolest thing that we've seen going down. And yeah, I've been there every year my whole life being out here in California. And I finally got my own booth this year. So I'm going to be showing some cool stuff. Stop on by, check it out. I'll be the green guy. You can't miss me. The whole booth will be green.
Got you in the Goop, the Goop
awesome.
corner.
It's going to be fun, man. It's going to be fun. And you're going to see so many different artists and a bunch of friends and homies that you probably haven't seen, and maybe homies from out of town. You know, it's just a good old clean fun for like, you know, dude, it's cool because you could be like whatever you want, whoever you want. Like, I'm a character, so like, you know, that's my world. And I'm like, yo, I'm there.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
Congratulations, man, because I know you probably work hard, and when that pinnacle happens and you're like, oh yes, and you just take that deep breath, and it's like, yes, here's my booth and let's go. It's gonna be November, right? November 18th, 19th,
20th.
Yeah. That's gonna be fun, you know. And man, they're gonna have NFTs out there too. Yeah, it's just be crazy. They're integrating all types of stuff and new technology. So yeah, man.
Are we gonna see you? We know who's at Designer Con dropping NFTs. Are we ever gonna see you on that platform?
Dude, I mean, it's possible. Anything's possible.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We get the right people and and right ingredients together, like anything's possible. It's all about making the right bread happen. And get the sourdough, the cheese on the top. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When everything's right, it's gonna happen, and it'll be the right timing. So
perfect. Good to hear.
You just gotta stay tuned and stay looking at the green guy.
Well, we're watching.
Yeah, so I mean, it takes a little bit, you know, like anything. It's just like going back to what you were saying, you know, it's just it really just depends on the person's mindset and wants to either do it or not do it. And you know, and some people are obsessed, and some people are 9 to 5s, and some people are just dabbling, and it comes down to, it's okay, you know, everybody's trying, and that's cool, man. As long as you try, you can at least say, hey, I tried it, you know. And I think that's step one, at least.
100%.
Me, I'm obsessed, man. I love doing this. It's like my world. I can't stop doing it. I just have to do it. It makes me feel better. I always wanted to be, you know, an iconic character, just like Bugs Bunny, Mickey Mouse, you know, SpongeBob, whoever's your favorite. I want to be your favorite. And as a little kid, I was like, what about the next generation? You know, like every generation they keep spoon feed us the same stuff every time, and like, I love it, man. Don't get me wrong, but I want something new, and so I decided to take on that adventure, and I've been doing it since 2004 with this character, and it's been a lot of years. And man, yeah, I mean, of course, I would love to see on the new version of life of where I've been traveling to. My journey now is like pop art and collectors and being the toy on your shelf. And you know, it's cool. Like, I see toys behind you, and I'm just like, hey, I don't see a Goop there. And like, and not to even like pressure you, it's just like,
I told you, motherfucker. No.
I want to get to that point where it's like, I don't even have to ask, you know what I'm saying? And like,
sure.
So it's cool to meet different people, because everybody brings a different spectrum and a different piece of advice, whether they're trying to help you or not. It's just cool to understand and see and listen and take that journey with you, and either grow or stay the same, you know? So yeah, dude, of course I want to be on a Bear Brick.
Need to see you get a collab with that guy then.
Oh shit! Which one, Vandal or the Ron?
Vandal. Oh, Ron would be awesome too, but some Vandal would be pretty cool.
Master grin. Imagine a master grin. It's always good to believe in yourself first, and then other people will believe with you. And like you said, like, it all comes together. So by saying that, somebody believed in me and helped me design this, and from there, you know, like, me being me and pushing out the work constantly, right? Consistent work. It doesn't have to be anything other than consistency, right?
That's it.
And from there, I think people will start paying attention, or at least
Turn an eye and
recognizing or just giving you a chance, because you still always have to prove yourself no matter what. You don't have to, you get to a certain spot and, you know, it's like a video game, right? You get to the last level, you got to beat the boss level, but then what happens? You still go to the next level, you know, it's still constantly improvement. So yeah, man, I mean, what made us do it was just being ourselves and constantly pushing and plugging in and meeting people and not being afraid. Like, I'm not sure what this interview was going to be about, but hey, I like talking to people and I like pushing my message out and showing my art off. And like, I'm proud of what I do. So,
yep.
You know,
That's awesome. Perfect.
if somebody's willing to listen, hey man, check it out.